Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be going back to Vestige of Ethne and we're going to be doing a rank 1 clear that does not use Richt, which makes it a little tricky but certainly doable. So we're going to be using Rain for morale fill as well as damage, Fina for light support, Elena to be the leader of the party, to be the buffer and the magic tank, Ibarra for the killers as well as damage, 2B for damage as well as backup mirage, also our only source of light in peril, and then Lilith is our provoker for phase 3. So let's get in here and give it a go. Lilith will also be dealing a decent chunk of damage, and the healer. Okay, so Lilith is provoking and Elena is covering. So on turn 1, after all the autocast, for this clear, by the way, I don't have a turn chart. I'll kind of just explain it as we go, though. So Fina is going to imbue the party, and then Shell and Protect. We're going to use Elena to go to the base form. Then we're going to cover, racial mitigation, and then Shelga. We're going to use Flaring Rain to break the boss on turn 1, and then double pulverizing. Ibarra in the base form can do both the killers and Wish of Vengeance. 2B in the shift form can true charge and then double human. Lilith can LB and Rain can go. So we're not really worried about damage in this turn because the boss has mitigation. Okay, so we've done mitigations, racial mitigations, breaks, etc., etc. We didn't cure the imperils, but it doesn't really matter on turn 1. Okay, so for this turn, we're going to do the shifted LB of 2B, the LB of Elena. We're going to summon the field with, we're going to do the summon the field with Fina, and then 2B is going to shifted LB, Elena's going to base LB. We're going to do Rapture for healing on Lilith and double betrayal. Ibarra will base form LB, and Rain will triple bolting. So go ahead and do all this. We can chain it up and try to deal some damage. Not really, though, because the boss has mitigation on turn 1 and 2. The only one that can get rid of it is Kaito or Richt, and we don't have either one. So there we go. Not to mention the morale is still low. It's fine. The damage will start getting better as we go on. Now, unlike my previous clears, though, we are not going to do the damage cap on turn 4. We're going to be doing it on turn 9. Alright, so Elena on this turn will now do the resist buff, and then both of the breaks. We'll do the SLB of Lilith, not yet. The boss's mitigation is now gone, by the way. So we'll SLB Fina to the base form with 2B, where we're going to do triple bolting. Ibarra will go to the shift form, and we'll do triple bolting. Whoops. And we're going to finalize with the retribution. And then Rain, triple bolting. So we don't have a max morale gauge yet, so the damage is going to be still pretty underwhelming. Also, the whole party is not bursting right now, but it's fine. Okay, decent chunk of morale. So on turn 4, again, the whole party is not synchronized on their bursting right now, so we're not going to do the damage cap on turn 4. But we are going to LB Fina. We're going to base... I'm sorry, I keep calling her Fina. We're going to LB Elena. We're going to base LB 2B. We're going to cap it with Ibarra's shifted LB. Rain will triple bolt him. And notice how Lilith's SLB is not ready, which is part of the reason we're not lining up the burst this turn. And then return Fina can re-imbue the party. And then do Shell and Protect. Okay, so a little bit of damage here. Again, the whole party is not bursting this round. Also, we don't have the morale gauge filled, so we're not going to damage cap here. I mean, maybe with variance, but probably not. Very unlikely. 2.3, actually pretty close. But no, the big damage is going to be on turn 9 when all of our bursting is going to overlap together. Okay, so Elena on this turn can just do... I don't know when we last covered, so we'll just do it again. And then break. Like, Elena's really here as a tank and a buffer, not so much as a DPS. Lilith, just same thing. Rapture, double betrayal. 2B. We'll do LB fill this turn. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I wish we had a way to fill the party's LB. But we really just don't. Rain, you know, like Crestmaker, countering Abigail, stuff like that. We can just refresh the field on Fina this turn. I'm going to chain this up. Okay. Oh, and by the way, we actually need to push the 70 threshold by the end of turn 6, which we're going to very obviously do. But just keep in mind, for the way we're doing this, you got to push the threshold on or before turn 6. So we are going to SLB Elena. Not SLB, we're going to LB Elena. Now, the imperils and all that have worn off, so we're going to do True Charge and then double R40 with 2B. We're going to do in the base form with Ibarra. We're going to do both the killers and malicious. Rain will do triple bolting. Okay, so actually the way we're going to do it with Ibarra is we're going to do Demon Killer first. So Demon Killer, Jimetsu, and Malicious Flash. And we're going to shift 2B. And we're going to do True Charge and then double Human Killer. Yeah, so we're going to click these two first. Wait just a second. And then we're going to chain the other two. And that should push the threshold pretty comfortably. Yeah, we pushed it, you know, by 5% more than we needed. So we're fine. So here is phase 2. Now we got to start worrying about Mirage. We got to keep Mirage active relatively often. Also, we need to start worrying about getting ready for the turn 9 burst. So keep that in mind. So we are going to do the base form LB of Ibarra. We're going to do the shifted LB of 2B. Elena can do... Let's do both the breaks and a cover on this turn. Is the resist buff up? Next turn. Okay. Both the breaks and a cover. Rain just always does Pulverizing Force. Return Fina can re-imbue the party this turn. Whoops. With Shell and Protect. Lilith always does the same thing. And yeah, we still have Mirage, so we're fine. So yeah. So we can try to deal some damage. The boss has mitigation, but the mitigation is lower in phase 2 and phase 3, so we can still deal a little bit of damage through the mitigation. But there we go. And now we're going to be setting up for the burst on turn 9. So there's some attacks, not too big of a deal. The main attack is Path to the Grave, or Straight to the Grave. That one will kill you if you don't Mirage it. Okay, so we're not going to use Elena's LB this turn. We're going to get her ready to burst next turn in the shift form. Instead, we are going to do Sanctuary, Resist buff, and Shelga. Lilith, just, you know, always same thing. 2B on this turn is going to do base form. No, we need to Mirage with 2B this turn. So this turn, 2B is going to do Avoid, Killer, and 150 Amplify. We can do it this way. So this way, and then Killer. Ibarra, shift form. We're getting Mirage from 2B this round. We'll do Demonic Retribution. We did you already. Rain always does his thing. And Fina can just refresh the field, because whatever. And here we go. So the only person doing a big Amplify is 2B. But yeah, so 2B is going to have a 150 amp this turn, plus the field. And they're straight to the grave. We had to Mirage that, or we would have been dead. We would have just been dead. Okay, now we're going to burst. Now all of our damage is going to overlap. Everyone's ready to burst on this turn. Also, turn 9 is not a strong magic turn, because it's a good round to burst. So we'll just refresh with you. So Rain will triple bolting. We're going to shift Elena. Like I said, this is a safe magic turn. So we're going to shift her and shifted LB. We're going to SLB you to the base form with 2B, base form LB, and then shifted LB with Ibarra. So now we are going to send everyone, and this should be a comfortable 2.5 or better. Yeah, it should very comfortably overcap on this turn. Depending on variance, but we should be 2.69. Wow, I've gone as high as 3.2 on that. That was a very, very low roll. My lord. Remember how on turn 4 we bursted and we weren't even full morale? We didn't do big amplifies. We didn't even have the damage from Lilith and Elena, and we did 2.39. That was a horrible variance. People are going to see this video and think like, oh, I can't do it. That was like one of the worst variants I've ever seen on that turn. But it was still enough. We're going to keep going. Yeah, so that goes as high as like 3.2 on that turn. Whatever. So back to the base form with Elena. And now keep in mind, we are about to lose Elena's base form LB mitigation. So because we kind of like interrupted her rotation. So we need to get that back immediately. So we're going to go ahead and just do both the breaks and protection or cover. Return Fina can oh my god, so many skills. Return Fina can re-imbue. Shelga, Protectka. Rain never changes. Ibarra, I'm 99% sure we need Mirage this turn, so Ibarra's gonna have to go back and do a Mirage. Even though it's kind of like a waste, but it's gotta be done. Yeah, it's gotta be done. So we can triple R40U, and then Lilith always does the same thing. Yep. We keep dealing some damage. That's fine. Working our way to the towards the 30 threshold. The mana drains in this phase are kind of annoying, especially on 2B, who doesn't really have any. They're straight to the grave. Yeah, that we had to Mirage, or we would have just been dead. Super dead. But it's fine. Okay. We are running out of mana, so we're going to need to use the morale bar soon for some mana regain. But that's okay. We'll do it. We're going to shift 2B first. 11. I'm trying to think the turns. Yeah, so we're going to LBU. Oh my god, we gotta do this. So True Charge, and her Mirage is not ready. So True Charge, it's fine. So, no, we're gonna Demon that, yeah. So Demon that, True Charge, Human, Rain always does the same thing. Lilith always does the same thing. Fina, I'm pretty sure we just imbued. So we can field. And yeah. So I'd like to stop the boss at about 31%. Would be great. That's good enough. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. A little bit of damage here. Warrior's End, Menacing Shadow. Mana's a major problem on 2B, but we'll deal with that in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the next phase. I'm thinking, hold on. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Do that first. I'm gonna actually use Resurging Will right now, so it starts cooling down. Get some mana back on 2B. Yeah, the boss is gonna stop the mana drains in phase 3. Okay. Phase 3 time. So we're gonna be using the morale gauge to cure the zombie, which I didn't realize you could do previously. So here we go. We're in phase 3. Let's go. So this turn we are going to LBU. LBU. We're going to use Avoid on 2B this round. So Imbue. Shell Protect. Let's see. Rapture, Double Betrayal. Make sure you don't have re-raise, which should be obvious, but you know. So, oh, we have to use a void. Oh my god, so irritating. So 2B is not going to get her LB. Yeah, we have to use a void this turn because you'll see. The boss is going to do a grievous blow, and that would probably kill your tank. I think it's called grievous blow. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, it's fine. Okay. And Gale Flurry, Vicious Strike is the name. Vicious Strike would have probably killed the tank if he didn't have a triple Mirage. And we did, because of 2B. Okay, this turn, the boss is going to zombie us. So we are going to have to... Don't use Sanctuary or the other one this turn, because like I said, we're getting zombied this turn. There's a few options here. Let's just fill LB with you. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to Veil of Night to survive this turn with Lilith. Or we can guard her. There's two options. We can guard... I think guarding's the better option on this turn. And saving the Veil for later. Yeah, we're going to save the Veil for later. We do need Mirage, though. So let's triple Mirage here. And, you know, we're going to get the spell this turn as well, by the way. Because of the way things are happening. You'll see in a second. Yeah, recovering from the zombie is a huge headache. We can just put up the field with you. And let's go. Okay. And the boss's mitigation is finally gone now. So Elemental Frenzy, Grievous Strike, which we guarded and we're fine. And here is the zombie. So we are zombied and we're countering healing, which is a little bit irritating. But it's okay. We're not using Blizzard Orbs or anything. So we're zombied. So now we are going to do the morale bar to cure the zombie. So right here, morale bar, and we are going to do remedial will. That is going to cure the zombie. It is also going to full dispel the party. We lost all of our buffs. All the buffs are gone. We have to rebuff immediately. So what we're going to do, Fina is going to imbue Shelga and Protectga. Elena is going to... Yeah, this turn, Elena is going to cover mitigation and Shelga. I'm trying to think the best way to handle this. 2B. Oh my god, one more turn. We need Mirage too. Avoid is not ready. Okay, so Elena... I'm sorry, Ibarra. Oh my god, the killers aren't ready. So we're going to Wish, Malicious, and Malicious. 2B is going to do the shifted LB. Rain will do this. And I think this turn is a bunch of Vicious Strikes, so we're going to not use Lilith's SLB. Lilith is going to instead Rapture, Kiss, and Veil of Night this turn. So we're going to send Ibarra, then send the rest. Wait just a minute, then we're going to send Lilith. Are we not imbued? We are. Why did it do so low damage? Strange. Anyway, there's the Vicious Strikes, the Lucid Slashes, and the Pain of Hope. That's why we imbued the boss on that turn. So now we're basically out of the danger zone of the Phase 3 stuff. Now we're going to work. Now we're going to focus on just killing the boss. Okay, so we're going to SLBU SLBU. You are going to kill. Oh, that's why all the killers were all gone. And Mirage, you are going to that. That. Double this. SLB, and we didn't have. Yeah, that's why all this was crazy. Triple bolting. So what do we need? We need killers, imbue, and we can do this. All right. So killers, imbue. Wait. Chain, and deal some damage here. Okay, so we should kill it on turn 17 or 18. So here's a Gale Flurry and Vicious Strikes. We're fine. Yeah, this is a lot easier when you don't have to deal with zombies. So dealing with the zombie was definitely tricky, but it's fine. We are going to get re-zombied again. Keep that in mind. But it's going to be fine. So we'll do this. We can resist buff. Lilith can this, and this. 2B is going to base form LB. Ibarra is going to base form LB. Fina. Don't put re-raise up because we are getting zombied again in a moment. Rain can triple bolting. And this may kill the boss. If so, oh, we need Mirage. Oh my god, we need Mirage. We need Mirage. I just realized we need Mirage. So we're going to avoid and double true charge with you. We're not going to LB. Which means Ibarra can't that LB instead. It's fine. It's fine. We'll finish the boss next turn. Or this turn. Yeah, this turn. That's fine. It's fine as well. Okay, there it is. There's a rank 1 without Richt. Little trickier doing it that way. Yeah, so we had 4-stack Mirage, we had cover, we had mitigate. We were fine. I think that turn the boss was going to reapply zombie, but as long as you don't have re-raise, you're totally good. And there it is. 16 turn clear. Perfect victory. No deaths. Very. I mean, it was smooth. But you definitely have to, like, wing it a little bit. So here is the damage breakdown. So Flaring Rain is just so good on this trial. So good on this trial. Your boy literally sits there and does absolutely nothing except Pulverizing Strike from turn 1 till turn whatever. And he does amazing damage at it. Amazing. Well, he breaks on turn 1. Anyway, Elena was just a tank and a buffer, but obviously important. Also a leader skill. Fina was the buffer. Ibarra was Mirage and the killer buffer. 2B was decent damage. And Lilith was good damage. Lilith was also the healing. And Lilith was the provoker for the Vicious Strikes in Phase 3. And then she imbued the boss on that like Lucid Strike turn, which was pretty painful. Because the boss does like 7 physical attacks that turn. That's crazy. It's crazy. Don't want any of this. Anyway, let me show you the gear. There was the no Richter clear. So, early warning, I'll probably be using both Elena and Richt in future clears to make them a lot freaking easier. Because that's pretty tricky to do without the primary units. Anyway, here is the party and the team that we used. So, Lilith is passive provoking. You also need death immunity. We're getting Hero Shield for death immunity on the provoker. Only the provoker needs death immunity. I went ahead and made Sword of Light because we're doing a bigger Sword in Peril, so there we go, the double-handed version. Chain Cap up, Passive Provoke with the Provocation, and then her own card. 14-6 defense, 51k HP. If you can fit it, Light and Wind Resist is helpful on your tank, but not required. As you can see, we didn't even use it. Max LB damage, 275 demon, 300 human, and only 150 fairy. She gears a little tricky for this fight. 2B in both forms is using, there we go, chain speed up. Oh, the whole party, by the way, is immune to paralyze because we're not using any kind of buffs to deal with paralyze. We're just immune to it from gear. And there's two beasts set up. I think she's maxed and everything. So maxed LB, maxed human, maxed demon, maxed fairy. She is. We're not using the Dark Visions Katana because I couldn't fit it with all the killers. Ibarra is using, there we go, both set up identical. And then the Kind-Hearted Demon card, and she is maxed on everything. Maxed, max, max, yeah. Things like the Pure Lotus and that help with mana regen, but obviously it's not required. Eternal Elena, in the base form, has 200 or better to ice and light resist. We are not provoking with her, never provoke with her. Blizzard Orb for a little bit of mana regen in the base form. And then here's the setup. Guardian of Light Kyrie for the LB per turn is very helpful if you own that. And then this time we're going with the Steady and Sacred Shield card. And then shift form is damage. There we go. Again, 200 light and ice resist. We get the other 200 from her buff. There we go. Damage versus the combo. Max LB, 295 demon, 295 human, and 270 fairy, because we had to go with all the resist gear so we don't die on turn 9. Fiend of the Return, not provoking. Celestite Rod, Eye of the Dragon for... Did we ever support chain with her? I don't think we did, actually. Anyway, a little bit of Esperfill with Behemoth Synergy, and then a Morale card. Yep, just make sure she's bulky enough to survive the random attacks I do at the party. She does not get the leader skill, so keep that in mind. Flaring Rain, damage, the most damage, so I gave him all the Clash gear. Pure Lotus, etc. And then a Morale card, and he's maxed on everything. And your boy's got 18.7 attack power with a 140 card. That's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I don't have a turn chart for this clear because it's just kind of wing it a little bit. So the bullet points are try to push the threshold by turn 6. All of your bursting with this party should overlap on turn 9, so use your big buffs on turn 8 and get ready for the burst on turn 9. That'll be your damage cap. We had a really low damage cap in this video. I wish I had screenshots of the 3 billion and better I did with this team. And yeah, and then in phase 3, so the phase 3 rotation seems to be the turn you cross the threshold, the boss does some weak magic. The turn after you do the threshold, there's 2 AoE physicals and then 2 really powerful single target physicals. So you want like more than 2 stacks of Mirage if you can fit it. Turn 3 is a ton of physicals. You can either guard your Lilith or you can absorb the boss that turn. There's also going to be zombie on turn 3. So at the beginning of turn 4, be ready to rebuff. Turn 4 of the 3rd phase. Anyway, that's it. See you in a bit.